Leaves fall. So does water quality. Just because they're natural doesn't mean they're neutral. When too many leaves flow through storm drains, they can pollute our waterways or clump up and cause flooding and unsafe road conditions. Leaves can be gardening gold. Use them as mulch in your landscape beds or as a ground cover, or mow through leaves so they can nourish your soil. To remove them, place them in paper bags for collection. But please never blow leaves into the street for the street sweeper. Join us in the effort to keep grass and leaves off the streets.
Hi, and welcome to Water Wisdom. I'm Luke with the Alachua County Environmental Protection Department. In this series, we'll be increasing your water wisdom with weekly topics and interviews discussing the amazing waters in and around Alachua County. While it is natural for some leaves to fall into our water bodies, today we are discussing the large amounts of grass clippings and leaves being directed into our water bodies by individuals. What happens when large amounts of grass clippings and leaves enter our water? How can we help reduce the amount of grass clippings and leaves entering our water bodies from human activities? So let's go ahead and get started and increase our water wisdom. So why are we concerned with unnatural amounts of grass clippings and leaves from human activities entering our water system? Here are a few considerations. First, they can clog storm drains. This can cause flooding and increase the cost of maintaining these systems. Second, since many storm drains in Gainesville drain into our lakes and creeks, grass clippings and leaves that enter the storm water system will make it to these water bodies. When grass clippings and leaves enter a water body, they start to decompose. During decomposition, oxygen is consumed, leaving less for fish and aquatic life. Nutrients from grass clippings and leaves are released, which can fuel algae blooms. Algae blooms can also harm aquatic life and people too. Third, grass clippings and leaves can make roads dangerous for motorists and cyclists, as they can be slippery and can cover the road, which can cause an accident. Here's a short video describing what happens to grass clippings when they end up on the streets.
He was a good blade of grass, with a bright green future ahead of him. He was the blade of grass next door. He was full of nutrients, and everyone thought his clippings would go on to nourish the yard. But when he was mowed, the clippings were left in the road. Even grass this good will end up a nuisance to society when left to a life on the streets. The clippings eventually flow into storm drains, where they can gang up and cause flooding. Or they'll end up in a body of water, where they break down and become harmful, algae-growing, sunlight-blocking, fish-killing water polluters. This is happening in neighborhoods all across America. Don't let this happen to your good grass blades. Don't leave them to a life on the streets. Mow with your chute facing away from the street and blow your clippings back onto the yard, where they can nourish the lawn and the soil. Join professional landscapers Alachua County, Gainesville, and the DOT in our joint effort to keep grass off the streets. For more information, visit alachuacountywater.org.
Grass clippings and vegetative materials are considered pollutants when they enter water bodies. In an effort to protect our lakes and creeks, the Alachua County Fertilizer Code states, in no case shall grass clippings, vegetative material, and/or vegetative debris be washed, swept, or blown off into stormwater drains, ditches, conveyances, water bodies, wetlands, sidewalks, or roadways. Due to the negative water quality impacts these pollutants can have on a water body, a violation of this code is a ticketable offense. To keep it simple, grass clippings and vegetative materials left on your yard are natural fertilizers. When they enter the storm drain system or water bodies, they become a pollutant. You can help reduce water pollution by mowing with a chute facing towards the yard, not the road. Rake or blow clippings and leaves off of the streets and back onto the yard. Leaves can be a great ground cover or mulch and are really important for beneficial insects and birds. I hope you learned how to manage and why management of grass clippings and leaves is required to protect our lakes and creeks. Not only do you get free fertilizer by keeping grass clippings and vegetative matter on your property, you're also keeping the water in Alachua County clean. I'm Luke, and this is Water Wisdom. I hope to see you in future episodes where we will discuss the many topics surrounding the wonderful waters of Alachua County. Until next time, stay water wise.